Hi, my name is Molly Pierce, and I'm going to be talking about mindfulness for my first application presentation. So mindfulness is the presence or awareness of what participants are making in the midst of their own conversation. So just having an awareness of what's happening in the current conversation or situation that you're in. So for a personal example or experience, I had a group of friends in high school that caused me to be very mindful in conversation. Their conversations always seem to gravitate towards other people, towards negativity, complaining, gossip, and so this grew me to be very mindful in conversations with them. And now, having discussed a little bit of the experience that I had with that group of friends, I'll now make some inferences about how I grew to be more mindful in conversation. So because of my interaction with this group of friends in high school, it definitely brought an awareness to how I conversed with people, how I talked in different situations, because of the way that they conversed in most situations. It grew me to want to steer the conversation towards more positive topics, away from other people or negativity surrounding other people, away from gossip. And so I really grew to be aware of how my words affected the conversation, of how I impacted those around me with my conversation, and how I contributed to conversations. And so now I think I am very mindful in many of the situations that I'm in because of this experience. And now that I've made some inferences, I'll discuss how these inferences can be transferred to other situations. So there are many situations and conversations that require mindfulness in our everyday lives. Listening to my roommates, talking with other students at UTSA, working in customer service and retail, all require someone to fully engage, to listen well, to react gently, in attempts to improve conversation. So being mindful in conversations and situations is something that definitely applies to many different aspects of life, at all different stages of life as well. So in conclusion, looking at this experience and future experiences like this one, responding with mindfulness ultimately creates better social worlds, because when you are fully engaged in conversation, when you are not zoned out or thinking about what else you have to do, what comes next, when you're fully in the moment and in the present conversation that you're having, you're able to navigate it better. You're able to steer the conversation towards more positive things. You're able to just contribute to the overall well-being of the situation. Our text says that responding with curiosity rather than offense and gentleness rather than harshness can drastically change the pattern of typical conversations, which I completely agree with. When you respond with questions and with insight and with curiosity, and then also when you respond with gentleness rather than offense or harshness, it has the potential to make a huge impact on conversations and relationships with other people, and ultimately cause better social worlds. So I would just like to close with Proverbs 15:1, which says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath." And I think that this really sums up the idea of mindfulness very well. So thank you for listening.